Hey everyone, so there's a couple of things that I would like to address before actually getting into the rather short story of how the interview with Ken Levine actually came to be. So first and foremost, I genuinely need to say thank you. Now, of course, I made the channel, I do the videos, I do the streams, I gave you guys the nickname of the Rapture family, and that's where everything sparked. You guys took that, ran with it, and in my opinion, made one of the best, if not the best, communities I've ever been a part of. Every time I upload a video or go live with a live stream, all I see is nothing but love. Sure, you'll get a nasty or negative comment here and there, but that's just the territory with being a YouTuber, and I completely understand that. The love outweighs the hate by so much. So thank you so damn much. You all really, really don't understand how much I appreciate being able to do what I love here and being able to help you as long as you guys are comfortable with that. And I also get to entertain you. So that's all I've ever wanted to do. Secondly, this interview and future interviews, which I'll go in depth a little bit in a couple of seconds here, would have never happened without your support. And I, again, am very grateful for that. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so damn much for allowing me to do what I love doing here. It means so damn much to me. So, with that being said, I wish I can give you some extravagant, over-the-top story about how this interview actually came to be. But a lot of it was sheer luck, a lot of it was perfect timing, and a lot of it was just nice communication back and forth. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and one quick thing before I say enjoy the video, because I really do want you to enjoy the short story that I have for you today. There are 4 people that I would love to interview here in the future. The first one, which I tweeted out recently, and if you guys want to follow my Twitter or Instagram and join my Discord server, links are in the description. And if you want to subscribe for more Bioshock, or let's say Dishonored, Prey, or other video game content like Bioshock in the future, because I'd like to try to spread content out a little bit, feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on all post notifications. I'd appreciate that a whole lot. But the 4 people I'd like to interview are Troy Baker, Jordan Thomas, Zach McClendon, and Kelly Gilmore. If we can get the attention of just one out of those 4 people to potentially sit down for an interview, that'd be awesome. Now, enough of wasting your time. There'll be timestamps in the description. You guys will probably see them, but let's get into this short story here. So our short story starts back August 22nd of this year. Obviously, the day before, that was the 13th year anniversary of the original Bioshock, so I was a day late, unfortunately. I decided to upload a video, basically thanking you guys for sticking with me over the last couple of years, thanking Ken Levine for making a series that was able to pull me away from a lot of dark stuff that I was experiencing at that time, and keep in mind, I was around 13 or 14, freshman year. And I just wanted to go in depth on how this series helped save my life. You guys can probably get 2 and 2 together there, especially with mental health issues and dark places. I won't go in depth for that. If you want to watch the video, it'll be on the end screen of the video. I definitely recommend checking it out. So the very same night at around 5 a.m. my time, a subscriber of mine named Elijah, and if you guys want to check him out, feel free to drop a follow on his Twitter. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate it. He tweeted at Ken Levine himself and said one simple sentence: "You need to see this video." And the very next day, again, Ken Levine ended up tweeting and responding back to him. He said, "I saw it. It makes me think of all the games that saved me along the way." And a couple of days later, Elijah showed me that, and as you can see on screen now, I fanboyed. I freaked out, I'm not gonna lie, and I literally just put, "Oh my god." So It was definitely a shocking experience, no pun intended, I'm sorry, to see that Ken Levine actually watched one of my videos, if not a couple of my videos. Who knows? But this is where everything started. So part 2 of our story takes place the very next month in September, more specifically on the 28th. I put out a tweet stating the following: "One day as a community, we'll get Ken Levine's attention, and I'll be willing to give you guys a well thought out interview and ask questions that not only I want to ask, but answers you want to know. I just need your help in getting his attention and willingness to do so." Then, the very next night at around 4 in the morning, just because I couldn't sleep and I wanted to kind of shoot a shot in the dark, and you guys probably heard me say that over that interview, I ended up DMing him. And obviously I wanted to be as professional and as respectful as possible. So I said the following: "Hello, Mr. Levine. First and foremost, I'd like to personally thank you for watching the video that I made on how the original BioShock and the entirety of the series helped save my life. Just seeing a simple tweet from you addressing the video made me beyond happy, and I'm extremely grateful for that. I know that you're currently working on your new game," and I put in brackets here, or parentheses, "and I can't wait to play it when it finally drops. But I was wondering if you'd be up for an interview down the road in regards to BioShock, BioShock Infinite, and potentially other things as well. I wouldn't want to ask you the basic bare bones questions that I'm sure you've heard multiple times in multiple different interviews. I'd like to ask you more personal questions about backstories on the games themselves, your thought process on certain aspects of the games, whether that be the game itself, levels, characters, and I also wanted to ask more in-depth questions. That is, of course, if you'd want to do that interview. And I completely understand if you don't, or if you can't due to time constraints. I just thought I'd ask you directly. Again, thank you for what you've done for me personally and the fans that I have grown on my channel. And I hope you have a great rest of your day or night." And I signed it with my own personal legal name. And I don't want to show that just for privacy reasons. I hope you can respect that. Now let's get into part 3, which is the juicy yet boring part. You'll see why. Now, I don't remember if I said this at the beginning, but we're going to get into the more quote-unquote juicy parts here, as well as the quote-unquote not so juicy parts here. But the part that I was referring to, if I didn't mention, is that this interview was basically all luck. Good timing and all luck, but nonetheless, I'm just glad that it was able to happen in the first place, and I'm glad you all seemed to really enjoy it. So, on the 29th of September, I ended up just doing my shot in the dark here. I sent him a DM, just basically thanking him for watching that video that I referenced, as well as just trying to be as respectful and as professional as I possibly could towards him. I gave him a little bit of my backstory. I gave him the pitch of the type of questions that I wanted to ask him, and I also asked him if he would be interested in potentially doing an interview. He messaged me the very next day. He said he was a little bit under the weather right now, but could you give him about 2 to 2.5 weeks just to feel better, and he would have one of his assistants reach out to me. Thankfully, in November, I did have one of his assistants reach out to me, that being Lizzie, the person that I did mention in the interview, or on tweets if you guys saw them, but she's definitely mentioned, and she was definitely appreciated throughout this whole process. So essentially, all the way up until about November 28th, we were playing email tag. She would send me an email. I would reply once or twice because there would be some sort of information that I would forget in the previous email, and then it would just go all the way back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. So then we settled on the date of December 3rd for the record date. I was ready to go, but unfortunately, things got a little bit hectic on the Ghost Story Games side of things, which I can completely understand. No big deal there. So then we ended up rescheduling for December 10th. And thankfully, that's the one that went through, and obviously, that's the one that you watched on YouTube. And I'm so glad that you all enjoyed it. I know Ken enjoyed it as well. He was appreciative of it afterwards, and he said that he's already received a couple of comments and a couple of messages stating that they enjoyed the interview. So, thank you all for that. But without Lizzie, this would have never happened, and without your support here on the channel, yes, you, the one that's listening to this right now, you helped make this possible. I'm not sure how I'm ever going to be able to make that up to you, but just know I'm deeply, deeply grateful for what you've done for me. So, really, that's about it. That's how the interview happened. A lot of it was a shit ton of luck, a little perseverance, and a lot of persistency with trying to get this interview done. So, if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. And with that being said, I hope this answers a lot of the questions that was actually left on the interview comment section, because a lot of it was things like, no way, you didn't actually interview him, and this was obviously before the interview started. And then finally, when the interview did start, it's like, how did you pull this off? How did this happen? So I hope that answered a lot of questions, and I hope I was able to make your Christmas or your holiday season a little bit better. And again, big thank you to you guys for supporting me over all of these years. Thank you to Ken Levine for actually being able to sit down with me and to do that interview for about an hour and a half. The other parts you didn't see, so I believe the actual interview was an hour and 9 or so minutes. And I want to also thank Lizzie as well as Ghost Story Games for being such awesome, polite people. Everybody over there on that team is amazing. Lizzie is an amazing assistant and an amazing person in general, and I can't wait to see what they're going to put out in terms of games here. So definitely go follow them if you have the chance to do so. With that being said, thank you all for watching. If you're new here and want to see more BioShock content here in the future, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I would very much appreciate that. And turn on the bell for all post notifications. That way you should never miss a video or a live stream in the future when I go live. Other than that, if you want to follow me or talk to me outside of YouTube, my social medias are the best ways to do so. So things like my Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and TikTok for additional content will be down in the description for you guys to check out. A couple of other videos will pop up on the screen now if you're interested. And with that being said, take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.